Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Professor Wheeler coming to you on day one of our exciting action-packed 1301 DIRW. Let's see, what section are you guys? C6, I believe that's right. Yep. Hello, here you guys are. Here I am, just letting you know that I am a real, honest-to-God English professor, not an AI, not a robot. Preparing your lessons for you daily, grading your work, giving you feedback on your work. And because I can't get to know you guys, please let me know whenever you have even the slightest question rather than struggling through it, okay? I have my phone on me constantly, just like all of you do. So if you email me, I promise you I will get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. Depends on what I'm doing, maybe instantly if I'm able and it's a quick question, maybe a couple of hours if it takes a little bit longer to answer or if I need to look something up for you, but always within 24 hours, okay? So again, hi, and welcome to the course. Let's see what's coming up this week. Okay, first, let's start off with DIRW. You're going to have some Khan Academy exercises. This is because if you didn't pass the TSI to make it into a level English course without the DIRW, you need to improve some mechanical skills. And usually this isn't people who have absolutely no idea what's going on, but you just need a little brush up and reminder. So you will have one of those per week. They are all open as of today. You may work at your own pace, but you cannot work behind. There is one lesson per week, and you just work through it on your own. Now, you can't work behind, as I said. Once the lesson is closed, it's closed. So one per week, work ahead if you like. Now, what I need from you as proof that you have completed this exercise is a screenshot of the end where it says your score. You must score 100 or you do not get credit. So keep taking it until you can get me that 100% screenshot. Please make sure that it shows the lesson that you were on, okay? If it just has that all cropped out, I don't know which lesson it pertains to, and I'm not going to give you credit for it, and I'm not going to chase you down for it either. You'll just get a 0, and that's why. Okay, so if you go to content on our course homepage, you will see a section there that says Khan Academy. It will have the setup instructions and again, the written instructions that I've just given you verbally. The other thing you have coming up in DIRW this week is a reading assignment. We will first be reading a wonderful short story by the Harlem Renaissance author Langston Hughes called Thank You, Ma'am. You are going to be reading both for understanding and analysis, and we'll be doing a little bit of that each and every single week. This is a time for you to practice your mechanics. So yes, it does count, okay? If you have spelling errors or what I like to call text speak, lowercase i's, abbreviating things like B4 as the letter B and the number 4. Yes, I have seen this in college writing, believe it or not. That will get you penalized. But really, DIRW is just for you to continually be practicing those mechanical skills. Why do we have a reading and writing assignment? Because it is impossible to be a good writer without being a good reader. So every week you'll have mechanical practice and then practical practice in DIRW. All right, let's switch over to English now. In English this week, you will have a couple of things. First, the first thing you have due for me are reading responses. Now, I call these all reading responses, whether it's you're actually responding to a reading or doing something else for me. It's just your weekly activity. They're all called reading responses. Your first one today is going to be a diagnostic. Now, a diagnostic is exactly what it sounds like. If you are diagnosing something, I am looking for where the problems in your initial writing are. Where are you today as a writer? Are you struggling with commas? Do you have run-on sentences, any other kinds of problems that I can identify now. I keep a little list beside me of who needs help with what. So if I see it happening again and again, I'll say, hey, Tracy, remember when we talked about going to the lesson about commas? You need to review that again, okay? So that's what I'm looking for there in the diagnostic. Please, for the love of God, do not use AI for anything. I do not care, all right? At this point in your lives, you need to be stumbling. You need to be trying. And yeah, sometimes you need to be failing at something before you can get better at it. Anything that comes up beyond 30%, I use an AI detector on every single thing that you turn in. All right, if it comes up more than 30%, there's going to be some investigation on my part. You will be asked to send me your original document. Let me say also here that you are only allowed to use Microsoft Word, and it must be uploaded to OneDrive, so that if I need to go to your paper, to revisit it, to track your changes, we are both on the same page and there isn't any confusion. Do not write on your phone, okay? It screws up your formatting when you send it in. You need to be writing on a desktop or a laptop. If you do write on your phone, look at your document before you send it to me. When I see documents that are composed on the phone and submitted, it tells me that you're lazy, and it tells me that you don't care about what your work looks like. All right, so throughout this course, you are also going to be hearing from me or reading from me that you are writing for a reader. Every single piece that you are writing is going to come to me. I'm your reader. Your other classmates in discussion posts, they are your readers. This is not a journal. So therefore, you have to engage in some theory of mind. You have to be, one, aware of who your audience is. You have to be speaking to them on a level that's appropriate. That's what's called rhetorical choices. We'll be talking more about that later. Okay, what else do I need to say? Okay, so your diagnostic, you have your first discussion board. Your diagnostic is due on Wednesday, okay? I want you to give me your best effort. Give me your best effort. Let me see what you can do without the help of AI or anyone else. I am not going to be penalizing you for that this time. I just want to see where you are, okay? So give me honest work. That assignment is due Wednesday, the 10th at 11:59 p.m. Please be aware and read your syllabus. Late work is not accepted in this course period. It is a fast-moving summer course, and you and I both do not have time to have straggling late work coming in. The only late work that is accepted is on the 2 short essays, and those are penalized at 5% a day, okay? So that's it for late work. Make sure that you are looking at the week's assignments. I will come to you every Wednesday with a little video announcement or written announcement, okay, for what's coming up in the week. So let's see, you have diagnostic this week, and your discussion board is due Saturday night, the 13th by midnight. For the discussion boards, you have to have one initial post. I think it's 200 words, and then 2 peer replies of 100 words. So yes, it's going to take some time out of your week. All right. Remember that you will also have DIRW tasks this week, the Khan Academy, Langston Hughes, thank you, ma'am. You have your diagnostic, and you have your first discussion board. It's kind of going to be kind of like that every week, with some major papers being thrown in along the way. You have the 2 short essays and a research paper. Please make sure that you are looking at the syllabus. It's all laid out there for you. The system will also give you alerts when things are due. So if I space something, and it has happened, believe me, if I forget to tell you that there's this discussion board up this week, and you can't come back to me and say, Professor Wheeler, you didn't tell me, because you get a system alert, okay? Feel free to ask me questions, though. If something doesn't look right, especially, give me a heads up, because if you're noticing it, probably other people are noticing it too. Again, I'm not infallible. So, yeah, please let me know of any errors. What else do I want to say? I guess that's housekeeping stuff. So I guess the other thing I want to say is that as professors, we get to pick a theme for our course if we would like to. And I decided that since we are a wonderful, international, rich community at Dallas College, it would be fun to explore the themes of food and culture as we learn to write essays. So we will be using food and cultural elements all through this course. Your first short essay will be a food narrative, something that's important to you personally and to your family. The second short essay will be an argument to define, where you will take some cultural objects and tell me how it is defined by different people, both inside and outside of your culture. The third essay is your research paper. This is the big one of the course, in which you will be tracing a food's historical importance throughout a culture. Let me say this, it'll be said repeatedly. This research paper is not about food. Food. Of course it's about food. It's not about nutrition, and it is not about science. It is about culture. If you want to look ahead, there are all kinds of documents in course documents. You can go to research paper topics and take a look at that now. I guess that's the other thing I want to say about our course and the way it's set up. If you go to our eCampus page, you will see on the far left a bar that says content. That is where you're going to find everything for the upcoming weeks. Go to PowerPoints and go to, course documents or course readings. They are all dated to what assignments they go with which. I told you already that you could work ahead in DIRW. That is also true for the reading responses in DIRW. But please, if you are going to work ahead, make sure that you are looking at the course documents and the course PowerPoints that correspond to that week's work, okay? I don't recommend getting too far ahead with the reading responses in DIRW if you can help it, because sometimes I have additional things to add that go beyond what's on the course documents and what's on the course PowerPoints, or I may wish to change some things, but that's up to you. You can take your chance and work ahead in DIRW. All the reading responses, again, are open as of today. And again, with the reading responses, just like Khan Academy, you may work ahead, but not behind. All right, so make sure you're keeping up with those due dates. Now, English is a different kettle of fish altogether. You may not work ahead in English. The assignments open on Sundays, I believe, and close the following Saturday. Make sure that you are keeping up with those due dates. Again, the system gives them to you. I've given them to you on your syllabus, and you will get weekly announcements. Not gonna lie, guys, this is a lot of work. Expect to spend at least 2 hours per day in both reading, writing, and discussion. Please, again, feel free to contact me if you have any questions at all. I just had foot surgery, so I am at home and hobbled and not going anywhere for the next 6 weeks at least. So I am ready and able to answer your questions. I love teaching this course. I love being a professor, and I hope you enjoy the course. Talk to you next week, if not before.